Alright, so greetings from Las Vegas, Nevada. It's been about a week since I did my last video. I turned 29 in the meanwhile on January 17th, which was a pretty good evening. And that was actually my second day of mentorship training, which I mentioned I have kind of been pursuing. So the 16th was a full day of mentorship training. It was pretty much just all classroom type stuff, presentations, paperwork, that sort of thing. And then the second day was about a half day where we split into two groups and went to the simulator for half of it and then back out to the yard for LCQ, which is something I've done before thanks to that bumper incident a while ago. So it's all good. I mean, things are rolling. I got my student Brett, who I've mentioned I'm going to be rolling out with, and again, got through the training. There was one kind of thing hanging over my head, which was the fact that the incident I talked about last time in Arkansas, which will probably go down as a non-preventable and not be on my record, it's still pending. They got to get the camera, they got to cross-reference the paperwork and the report. So if you're a mentor, you can only have one service failure, which I have, and you can only have one preventable accident, which I have, the bumper incident. So I'm gonna side with Hope and hope that he doesn't get kicked off my truck to get thrown out with another mentor because of that. But I think it'll be all good. So even I talked to my fleet manager, my driver leader's boss, and she said it'll probably be non-preventable. So that's kind of the status on that. But again, we were in Phoenix, and that Thursday and Friday was the training. And Brett had come into town on the Thursday. His son lives in the area. So he was hanging out at a hotel that his son worked at, where he got a pretty good discount. And since I was done with the training by Friday, Saturday I planned to reset my hours, so we actually got to go out and celebrate my birthday, which turned into a pretty awesome night. I put the truck in the shop to get a B service, to fix a small air leak from the suspension airbag that busted a while ago, and then to fix my left blinker indicator was a little more rapid. So something was wrong with the fuse, so they fixed that. And then my speakers actually don't work in the truck, which is unfortunate, and I saw if they could fix that, and they couldn't do it. They said I'll have to take it to Freightliner, so I'll let that one sit for where it is for now. But anyway, so the truck was in the shop, and then Brett and I, we finally get word that it's all done. And that night, I let him drive around the academy course, just to kind of, he hasn't driven in a month, so just get orientated again. And then while he's doing that, I can hear a major air leak, and turns out they forgot, or something happened with this little connector piece, so we had to put it back in the shop. And then they said they couldn't find the part, and then they said Freightliner's open tomorrow, but if they don't have it, they'd have to get it mailed. And then the fact that it was Sunday, and then it was Martin Luther King on Monday, they told us we might have to wait till Wednesday to roll out. And at this point, it was Sunday, so no, it was Saturday night, so we were kind of worried about that. But turns out the next day, one of the different guys working knew where the part was. The other guys just didn't know where to look. So Sharmota's all fixed up, no leaks. She got her service, oil change, lubes, all that stuff, so she's good to go. So we finally got a load offer while we were watching the Denver-New England game to Denver, and so we started making our way. Really heavy load, so we had to scale it at the yard. Actually had to slide the tandems, and we even had to slide the fifth wheel because it was over 79,000 pounds. So my student got to do all that stuff on his first load, especially the fifth wheel, which is something I didn't adjust to one of my last loads with my mentor. So he got a pretty good taste of all that. And then we are on our way. We just passed through Holbrook. We're heading towards, we passed through Winslow, and we're heading to Holbrook. And then I get another text message, load offer, and I'm kind of wondering why we're getting that. Turns out this truck needs to have a repower done for this load that is due in Hurricane, Utah. And turns out this load's already been repowered twice. I guess the driver we were supposed to get it from said he was going to be out of hours or something to that extent. So we ended up meeting up with them. We backtracked about 45 miles to Winslow. We got the load. The trucker, it was a trucker and his wife. He was a pretty weird dude. I won't get into that. But he was saying how we had to go all the way up to Vegas and cut up the 15 to Hurricane instead of going up the 89 and taking the 89A, because the 89, which is really pretty area through like Grand Canyon, North Grand Canyon area, going over the North Rim even, which is a route I got to take on one of my last trips with my mentor as well, like really epically beautiful scenery. So Brett got to do that, and I had him stop late that night, so he got to do it during the day and for safety and to enjoy the drive. But that guy, we repowered the load. Going up to Vegas and cutting up to Hurricane would have added over 140 miles. So I think he's such an old school trucker, he didn't know that the 89A had been built, because I guess the 89 was like a deteriorated road. So either way, that guy told us to go. He's like, this is really important, you got to go this way. And then I called the Phoenix planner who, you know, got the whole repower done. He's like, no, just go the way the map tells you, because the GPS wasn't the right route, but we knew how to do it. Either way, we did it. We were all good. We were on time. The planner actually said for doing this repower, he'd stack us some loads. So once we got to Hurricane, or even before that, he stacked us from Cedar City, Utah, about 40 miles north of Hurricane, to Vegas, which is where we're at now. A pretty short load, so we'll get some extra pay out of that. And then we got stacked from Vegas today up to Idaho, Lewiston, Idaho, about 900 miles. So given the fact that freight's been kind of slow, or as they always say, post-holidays, we got stacked with 3 loads between the repower and then to Vegas and now Idaho. And then again, I've said it before, my buddy Blake lives in Vegas, so we got to hang out with him last night just for a bit. Vegas is not as fun as you think or hope, unless you have a lot of money and don't care to lose it, and don't mind high-end prostitutes in every bar you go to. I don't know, we both just had a kind of sour taste in our mouth just from you come in, you see all the bright lights, you're all eager, and then it's time to leave and you're ready to leave for sure. So that's pretty much it at this point. I mean, my student's doing really well. Again, he was my buddy just through doing these videos and networking Facebook and YouTube. But no, he's doing really well and handling everything, and I haven't had to have too much input, and he's gotten to do some not practice backups, but he's done some backups. And so right now we're about to head up to the customer, do a live unload, and then they actually sent us a message. They want us to drop the empty at the SWFT drop yard and then bobtail to the next customer going up to Idaho. So that's pretty much where we're at for now. You know, he's getting some pretty decent miles so far, and I'm kind of enjoying, you know, working but not having to drive, be too attentive, you know, hands-on with hooking up trailers and all that stuff. So Brett's he's doing well. This is his 3rd day, and he's done a lot of stuff that I didn't. It took me 6 weeks to do with my mentor. So that's pretty much the sum of it for now. Other than that, I mentioned 2 videos back about the bonus pay, which I thought was a bit low, and then I actually calculated it all out and did all the numbers, and some of the trips they added in the empty miles and paid me for it on a bonus, but some of the trips they didn't. So I ended up calling payroll, and she said it's only authorized miles and not deadhead. So that pretty much means it's only for loaded miles that go on the bonus. And then I told that to my driver leader because I wasn't really sure. So it looks like they may have overpaid me a little bit with my bonus, but I'm not really going to remind them of that. But other than that, again, I had a birthday, 29 now. I've talked about it before. I'm just going to kind of keep my head down and work for the next year until I'm 30, and then reconfigure what I want to do. If I want to stay in trucking, if I want to buy a truck, if I want to move to Austin, or I don't know what I'm going to do. But for now, given the fact that I'll be training Brad, I'll probably make an extra $3,000 out of it, and then come end of May, I'll be eligible to start training from there, because that'll be my 9-month marker since I've become a company. And I could probably train 2 more students from June through August, and that'll be my 1 year behind in the truck, end of August with SWFT. So I'm looking forward to seeing what I make my first year overall, and we'll see what's in store for the next year or so. So that's pretty much it. I need to shave. I'm gonna shower tonight, and thanks for watching.